The story of mankind is not one predicated on history repeating itself, but rather is constructed of something far simpler. People repeat themselves. Hello, my name is Alexander Mariotti. I'm a historian, historical consultant, and probably most importantly, an all-round history nerd. I can still tell you I remember very fondly when I first read the Iliad by Homer. And what struck me the most is that I was reading something written close to 3,000 years ago. But what I found was that I had something in common with the characters. I understood their actions, their decisions, their failures, and I found commonality with the story. I just thought that was so strange because I should have nothing in common with people that live so far away from me. But what I realized in that instant is that people are people. And there's something so intrinsically human about desire, whether it's the desire to be famous, to be powerful, to be loved. The Romans believed, as did the Greeks, that life was ultimately a battle against your own urges. Urges are very natural things, but also very powerful things. The urge for sex, for power, these are so intrinsically human that they keep repeating themselves. It's not by chance that we look at modern times and then look to the ancient world and make similarities between these two different moments of history. It's because we're always talking about people. All these emotions are so very understandable to us. What's more understandable than betrayal? Probably one of the greatest fears we have, to be betrayed, to give someone so much trust and have it used against us. One of the greatest stories, I think, of betrayal is the story of the assassination of Julius Caesar. I actually consider it one of the most important stories of history. For me, the death of Caesar is the Big Bang story of Western civilization. It's the domino effect that knocked down and brought us to where we are today. But the question is, who betrayed who? Because the fascinating thing about this very moment of history is that every single component involved in it is betraying somebody. The night before Caesar's murder, he had a dinner with one of his close friends, a man by the name of Decimus Junius. And when he did, Decimus said to him at one point during the dinner, "How would you like to die?" And Caesar, without hesitation, is said to have replied, "Suddenly and without expectations." What he didn't realize is that it was far from a joke or just an interesting question. It was actually a premonition as to what Decimus and others of Caesar's very close circle had planned to do the next day, the infamous Ides of March, the 15th of March, 44 BC. That very morning, Caesar wakes and his wife says that she has a bad dream, asks him not to go. But Caesar doesn't listen because Decimus, his good friend, convinces him that these are frivolous ideas and that he should go forward. And ultimately, betraying their trust, he leads Caesar to the Curia of Pompey, or the Theatre of Pompey's temporary senate, which is actually a stone's throw away from where I'm telling you this very story. There he is surrounded by about 60 senators, but let's not forget that Caesar was one of Rome's greatest soldiers and generals. He wasn't put off by a couple of politicians. In fact, when a man by the name of Simba grabbed his toga from his neck, which was the symbol to stab him, Caesar, attacked, is indignated. He grabs a metal pen, a stylus, he puts his back to the wall as a good soldier would, and he fights. And in fact, there's a brief moment where Caesar saves himself. But who comes forward from the crowd? Brutus. And Brutus was the son of Servilia, Caesar's longtime mistress, rumored to be Caesar's very own son. He stands there for a second, he looks into Brutus's eyes, and in Greek he says, "Kai si teknon," which means, "And you, my child." And such was it that mighty Caesar felt so betrayed by these actions. He gave up, he allowed the others to stab him, and he died. What brought down great Caesar was not great politicians, political strife, the law, armies, betrayal. That's what brought him down. Caesar's story is fascinating because the more you read it, the more you find that there are infinite shades of grey. It isn't black and white. Are the politicians not betraying the people by denying their role to uphold the law, breaking the law for what they believe is right? Not what's right for the people, but probably what's right for themselves. And what about Caesar's friends? Did they not betray the trust that he had given them? And Caesar, does he not betray his friends, his family, the people, by taking power, which he promised never to do? See, the great story is all about betrayal. Everybody in this tale is betraying somebody. I think Caesar's story is fascinating and more relevant than ever for a simple reason. In a time like today, where people want history to be black and white, heroes and villains, Caesar shows you that in this story, there are multiple shades of grey. It is a complex story, because human nature, by definition, is complex. And ultimately, as you find, it isn't that history repeats itself, it is more simply that people repeat themselves.